All right, all right. Okay, okay. You know, listen, DJ, say what?
What's going on, brother?
Mic check.
1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2.
Oh, my man. You know what? That's one of the good things when you got DJs and people that work with this equipment. They already know how I get down, how I flow, and stuff and stuff and stuff.
I'm trying to present myself as a professional because you asked me to come through, and I'm trying to be professional for you, sir.
Okay. Well, here we go. Yo, once again, welcome to another One Love Entertainment podcast. I'm your host, Tut Williams, and I thank y'all for viewing in. I appreciate the love. Please keep viewing in. Right now, we're live on Facebook and we're live on YouTube. Okay, go to YouTube, Tut Williams, One Love Entertainment podcast. Subscribe. I need all the subscribers in the world. You know what I'm saying? So, what we trying to do? What I'm trying to do? We trying to make this worldwide, so everybody all over the world know who I am and who my guests are. Okay, excuse me. So without further ado, DJ Say What, thank you for coming on, bro.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it, man. I really do. I really do. I've been looking forward to this since you invited me. I've been looking forward to this day, and I appreciate the invite. I appreciate the chance to be on the show. You've had a bunch of DJs on before me, and I watched the podcast, I watched the lives, I watched the other guys do their interviews, and it's first of all, it's an honor to be here for me personally, just because I know you personally, I know how you work, I know how you get down. The fact that you have this, that you've been working on it, I remember when we talked about this a while ago when you first started doing this, and to see where it is now, how you got the equipment set up and everything, and how you were asking me questions about how to set the equipment up and how to work it. And you did this. It's salute to you. Salute to you.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. Hey, you know what? That's funny that you mentioned that because that's one of my questions when we get into the show a little bit later. But right now, it's about you. So what I need you to do, I need you to introduce yourself to the world. Give them a little bio about yourself, bro.
Okay. My name is DJ Say What, or as people like to say it, say what? Say what? You gotta say it like that. You gotta elongate the A.
Say what?
Now, I'm from Trenton, New Jersey. Born in Trenton, raised in White City, out in Hamilton Township. White City, grew up in the 7 square mile area, then moved out to White City. So White City for life. Grew up in that whole area, family everywhere in Trenton, Donnelly Homes and Lincoln Homes, and, grew up all around the Trenton area and Hamilton Township, Lawrenceville, Ewing. So I'm Trenton born, bred, raised, and got a chance to, watch Trenton's DJs. I grew up in the golden era of hip hop. So DJing initially didn't even factor into what I was going to do as a career. I watched a lot of guys. I went to the Capitol skating rink as a kid. You listened to the music. You admired the DJs. They were cool. And that's how I looked at it. Then growing up, I touched the turntable, and I'll tell you, when I first touched the turntable, horrible. I was horrible.
Hold on. Techniques?
Yes,
wax.
Techniques.
Wax.
Yep.
Oh, vinyl. Okay.
Vinyl, Technique 1200. Vinyl. Horrible. Horrible. I'll tell you. I'll be the first one to tell you. I was garbage. I had friends who had, turntables, and I would see it, but I was like, I know, this is not me.
Right.
Fast forward, get through high school. So it was never in my, like, I'm not the kid that was like, I was always on turntables and through high school, and I had the turntables in the house. Never did. I never did. I didn't start even thinking about DJing as a career, a hobby, or anything until I graduated high school and got to college. I graduated Hamilton High West in 1989. Now I'm dating myself. 1989. So I was blessed enough to go to a HBCU down in North Carolina, Elizabeth City State University down in North Carolina. And I initially went to get a degree in engineering. But then I realized you need to know a whole lot of math to get an engineering degree. Okay. So, I wanted to build satellite parts. I like taking things apart. Wow. I like doing schematics, and I still do here and there. I like building things, reading the instructions. I'm the guy that will read the instructions. Right. Stuff shows up. I'm the guy that pulls the instructions out. I'll lay the whole instructions out, and I'll read it and I'll build it from the instructions. You give me the instructions, I'll build it.
But you get the job done.
Yeah.
Right. You follow instructions.
Right. I'll take the instructions out. I'll follow the schematic. Right. So I
said that for a reason. I'm sorry. I say that for a reason because people don't follow instructions, follow the plan, read, look. Some things I'm not familiar with, I will Google or YouTube it. Back in our day, we didn't have that. Right. So we had to read how to read the instructions. In Chinese writings and
exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
So, there are some people who are naturally talented, can look at something and be like, boop, 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 put it together. I'm not that guy. And when I learned I'm not that guy, I said, well, I guess I need to figure something else out. I like to read. I like to write. And apparently, and people who know me I also like to talk a lot. So I changed my major to English. So I changed my major to English news media. So I started learning how to, deal with. So the campus has a radio station, WRVS FM 89.9. So initially, I started going and hanging out at the radio station. And the radio station manager got so sick of me just hanging out at the station. She said, you know what? You're here every day. Do something. She said, do something. And this is back in the day when you had to have a license to be an on-air personality. To be a DJ on air at a radio station, this is back in the late 80s, early 90s, you had to get a license. You had to take a class. Oh. You had to pass an FCC regulated class to get a license.
I never knew that.
Right. You had to get a license from the FCC to get on air. So they offered a class. So I said, no problem. I'll take the class so I can get on air, work at the radio station.
Okay.
Took the class. And from 1990 on, I've been doing radio. So this year makes 35 years I've been doing radio. I've been on radio since 1990. I've been working in radio in some way, shape, or form since 1990. That's when I really started DJing. Because once I got in the radio station, I started hanging out with all the DJs. Right. I started hanging with the DJs that did the parties on campus. Right. Oh. Shout out to the guy who really taught me how to DJ and do parties, my man Ren 10 over in Philly. Rennell Sample over in Philly. We went to Elizabeth City State together. Shout out to the 1010 posse. I gotta shout these guys out. If I don't shout them out, it's wrong. Yeah. So I gotta shout out Rennell Sample, Ren 10. I gotta shout out my boy Shakundi Salisbury from Seattle, Washington, Kun Love. I gotta shout out two homeboys from Trenton. Kenny. I gotta shout out Kenny. I gotta shout out Vint. And for some reason now I can't remember Ken's last name. For some odd reason, I knew I was gonna blank on Vint and Kenny's last name.
Live action.
Right, live action. But Vint is Kenny, Ken, Vint, And two dudes, when they found out I was from Trenton, it was the whole, you know how you meet somebody from Trenton.
Right.
Oh, you know so-and-so and so-and-so. Yeah, I know so-and-so and so from this section.
We family now.
Yeah. So they looked out. We all looked out for each other. So shout out to, and that whole posse, we all worked at the radio station together. They took me under their wing at the station. And then when we started doing the parties, Ren started teaching me how to DJ for real. How to actually take your time and learn how to deal with the records, how to beat match, how to, you know, that's when I learned how to keep a party going, watching Kundi, and then just watching how they do their thing. And that's when I really learned the basics. And then working at the radio station, learn how to get in touch with different genres of music. Because working in radio, they teach you, you never know if you really want to work in radio, and it still sticks to this day. Right. It's back in the day, it was you could work at a radio station on Monday and it'll be an R&B genre station, but your station can get bought Tuesday morning by another company, and they say, "All right, you were an R&B radio station on Monday. We're gonna buy the station and shut it down Tuesday. Wednesday, the station is going to change the whole format to a country music station. If you want to keep your job, put on that cowboy hat and learn this Merle Haggard record. Okay. And play that. Okay. It's an episode of Martin where the guy brought the What's Up radio station, and he had Martin playing the. Dude, that stuff was happening back in the day. Word. Before everything became digital radio and online and internet radio, right, where it was either owned by one of three companies, or everybody could do their own thing on internet radio. Now it's more free. But back then, if a company said, "All right, we're going to buy this radio station and we're going to do what we want with it," you had to either go with the flow or you go out the door. You out. Wow. You out the door. Bro, that's something new. I never knew. It was a lot of that going on. Yeah. And then a lot of people, and I like telling this story to blow people's minds. We're right here. This is the Philadelphia market. This is the Philadelphia. We're in between the New York and Philadelphia market. Right. So a little story I like to tell people. Name the two biggest Philadelphia stations right now that you know of, that you've known for years. The two biggest stations. Power 99 FM and WDS. Okay. You would think they were two separate big stations, right? Right. Same building, down the hall from each other. Wow. Same building, right, down the hall from each other. Owned by the same company. You would think they were competing against each other for different, down the hall from each other, in the same building. When I found it, blew my mind when I found this stuff out. Right. When you find this stuff out, that two of the biggest stations in the market are competing against each other. No, they're in the same building. You would think they were competing for different. They were two different stations competing for different dollars. Right. No, the same company just throwing. All right, we're gonna throw this out here. But then we got this over here. We all making the same dollar. Yeah. We're all making the same dollar. Right. And the same people, if you listen, you'll realize the same people work at the same stations, and they just rotating staff in and out. They're rotating staff in and out. Easy money for the owners and for the companies that own them. Let's take it back real quick. 98.7. WBLS. Now, those were at the time separate. At the time, they were separate. Okay. Then, when the media wars took over, and the bigger companies started absorbing the independents, they got absorbed. Okay. So, with the New York market, it's New York is such a big market. It's so many stations that got absorbed and got taken over and got shut down just because of why have it compete when you can just put it all together and get the whole market in one station. Right. You see what I'm saying? Right. So radio is such radio is still such big business, even though it's internet stations everywhere.
Right.
And internet radio everywhere, and with satellite radio coming on, you got all these satellite stations. You know, once they made satellite radio and you can do uncensored stuff on satellite radio. Yeah, terrestrial radio is what AM, FM radio is considered terrestrial.
Mm-hmm.
It's still big business, regardless. It's still money in it, regardless.
I mean, advertisement, things that yes, of course. Radio, and you got to throw podcasts in the mix a little bit too.
Yep.
You know, individuals think about advertisement for business parties and things of that nature. Hey, that's some money to be made. You know, so I get that, and you know, I always Philly, WDS Power 9 FM. You got your grown folk station, you got your kids station. That's how.
You know what? That's exactly the thought process.
Yeah,
because Power 99 is geared towards a younger audience, and WDS is geared towards a more mature audience.
Right,
and those are different sets of dollars that you still can get.
They still generate.
You can still generate different sets of dollars. Now, here's where the mind blowing. It's even here's where my personal experience comes in. I've been working in radio, like I said, 35 years. Most of those years since I've been home have been with one station. I work at WIMG, 1300 AM gospel station, 5-time Stellar Award winning station right here in Trenton. Right here, we're on Broad Street. Over top of the old Bob Lang building. We're still there, bro. We're still there.
I rode by there the other day and I looked at that building.
And you think that
I thought it was shut down or something.
Nope. We're still there. We're still up top. We're still on top of that building. Yeah. Bob Lang sold that building a while ago before he passed away. Shout out to the Morris family. Mr. John Morris and his family took over WIMG, and I got a story. I got a connection story with that from me being in school to how I ended up at and the connection between me being in school and WIMG. That's a crazy connection story that I didn't find out about till I started working at WIMG. But WIMG, I started working there in '96 when I came home from school. So when I moved back to Trenton, I started working at WIMG. So I'm just about working on 30 years working at WIMG. We're still at Broad Street. We won 5 Stellar Awards for Small Market Station of the Year. We are the only independently owned radio station in the Philadelphia market today. We are the oldest station in New Jersey. Period. And because WIMG was pre-owned by another 2 companies before. So when the Morrises took it over, they were the 3rd company to take it over.
Okay.
But we are still the only independently owned radio station, period, AM or FM.
Okay.
So we're not owned by iHeart. We're not owned by any of the big radio companies, but just about every other station in the Philadelphia market is owned by one of the big 3 media companies.
Okay.
But WIMG is the only independently owned and operated radio station in this market.
I can't say their names. I don't want to say their names because I can't remember, but I think I know a couple of radio personalities there. So back in the day, a female friend of mine, she's played some house music, and she used to she played some of my stuff. She played some of my stuff on there. And there's another radio personality. I can't remember. She be on Facebook a lot. I can't remember their names, so please forgive me. But I swear, bro, I thought when I seen the building and the whole situation, I just thought.
A lot of people think it's not there because the new owner doesn't doesn't we rent the space that we're in up there now. The new owner, we rent the space from them because they allowed us to stay there. Thank goodness. We're in the process of trying to find a new space to move to so we can upgrade all of our equipment and upgrade everything. So but we're still here, we're still kicking. WRMG is still on. We were one of the first when the FCC mandated that all radio stations go digital. We were one of the first stations in this market to go digital before it was truly mandated. Before, like when the FCC said stations have to go digital or should start going digital, as soon as they put that out, our management said, let's get the digital stuff done so that when it's mandated, boom, we're already ahead of the game. Right. So we've had a digital signal for the longest time. Let's see. The weird connection. I love telling this crazy story. This goes back to Elizabeth City. And Elizabeth City is maybe 35 minutes from Virginia Beach. The big station in that Tidewater area was WOWI out of Norfolk. So we weren't, our big competitor back then was Norfolk State University, where Mike Vick is now the head coach. Is now the head coach for their football team. Shout out to Norfolk State University. Salute to them for all their success. They just made friends. Right. Yeah, I got a whole lot of good friends. I got a whole lot of good friends in Norfolk State. Used to run up and down that road and take that trip a lot.
Class 89 right here.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So, but WOWI, with a college state, our college station, because we're a college station, we're not in the Arbitron ratings. Arbitron, if a lot of people have heard of this, heard the word Arbitron or ratings, Arbitron is the ratings company that rates your station, puts your station, you get so many millions of listeners, so on and so forth. Arbitron is still used today for online radio, satellite radio, terrestrial radio. That's how advertising dollars are used. Okay. If you run your market, if your listening numbers are high, you can get those advertising numbers. You use those numbers to get advertising. You say you have a 35 to 40% share in your market for radio. You can say, this is how many people we reach. When you're selling advertising, that helps. That helps to say, look, you should advertise with us rather than them. Because during this time period, we have more people listening to us. Right. That's how advertising works. That's how you sell that. Right. That's how you get the money. So us as a college station, we're public access. We get grant money to stay on air. Right. We get donations. Like we hold a donation drive every year. We get like school funding to stay on the air. Right. So we're not getting advertising dollars. Right. Like local businesses will donate, we'll donate $1,000 to the school for the radio station. That's how we stayed on the air. But our shows were beating. Arbitron still rates every station, but our Arbitron numbers don't count. If you get what I'm saying. Like, you're a for advertising radio station, and I'm a public radio station. But my numbers are beating your numbers during the big times of the day. Right. But my numbers don't count because I'm public access. Right. Public access. Right. So your numbers are actually winning. Like I might be number one in the slot Arbitron, but my Arbitron numbers are moot because I'm public access. I can't go out to this to say a big corporation like any of the companies and say
you're not locked in officially.
Right. My numbers aren't official. Right. Your numbers are the official big numbers. Right. See, and that's how advertising dollars are picked up. Well, we were beating WOWI in every time slot, especially the big time slot, which was Friday night from 5 o'clock till 2 in the morning. We were killing them every Friday night and Saturday night, which are party nights. We were killing them as a college station. You got college students doing shows that were killing your professional DJs.
Right.
So what did WOWI do? They did what every radio station around the world does. If it works for you, we're going to take it and make it work for us.
They offered?
No.
Took it over?
What they did was listen to what we were doing and did it for themselves.
Duplicate.
Right.
Okay.
So we had a Friday night mix show called the Friday Night House Party that was beating them, their Friday night show every night. WOWI program director, listen to how we did it, and listen to how we, and they said, we want our show to sound like their show.
So they copied it.
Ran with it. Their Saturday night show did the same thing. The only show they could not duplicate, we had a Sunday reggae show. Our Sunday reggae show was done by a dude named King Kiwani. Kiwani's parents played with Bob Marley. Okay, came straight from Jamaica. Kiwani was straight from Jamaica. Kiwani had connections through his family to exclusive dub plates, exclusive music. He could get music for, I don't know where he was getting his music from, but it was some of the best reggae you had ever heard. But WOWI didn't have that connection. So what did they do? They came to campus and got him to do their reggae show. That was the only person they came to get his reggae show. Now, the weird connection between WOWI and WIMG, the owner before the Morris family was a guy named the Bishop. The Bishop owned WOWI in Virginia. He also owned WIMG at one point. This guy was not the most honest person. So he was making money hand over fist in Virginia at WOWI because it was the biggest station. But he was also doing underhanded things with WIMG at the time, which had left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouth. So he had to sell it to the Morrises to get out from whatever he was doing bad with that. So the Morrises had to rebuild the reputation of WIMG after what was done with the Bishop. The Bishop then came down to Virginia, got back with WOWI, and then got mixed up with whatever WOWI was doing. He had to sell that one too. So when I started working for WIMG, people thought I was working for the Bishop because they thought he still owned WOWI. Right. I was like, no, I'm not working for him.
Under new ownership, Jack.
Yeah, new ownership. But yeah, I mean, learning the ins and outs of radio, learning the ins and outs of the business part of it, and how, you need to learn every type of genre actually helped me as a DJ to learn how to prepare myself, learning while learning how to do parties. I came up carrying crates. Ren had me carrying the crates. I was the setup guy. I was carrying speakers. It was a while before I even stepped behind a set in a party setting. Live. Okay. Yes. I did a lot of practicing, back in the spot. He was like, yeah, you can come practice, but you can't do a live set. Getting back to that, you can't get a live set. Right. You can, carry the crates, you can come set up, you can get in the party free, and you got to stay to the end and help us break down and load the, Right. Ain't no free get in and then disappear. Right. You got to earn, and you came up. We all came up in that era.
Yeah.
Carrying crates and vinyl records, and I did that. But working at the radio station gave me a leg up because I had access to a lot of records. But then, coming home, I came home a lot. Shout out to school at Ace Records.
Princeton Avenue, baby.
All right.
Which now the Boulevard.
Right. Shout out to Scoop Ace Records because he helped me get a lot of records. And then I got to shout out the ones that helped me here build up my skills DJing here. Because I used to come home and watch dudes like Ramsey, Swell, and then the one dude that would always let me come over his house and practice. Every time I came home, if I don't shout him out, I'll be wrong. It's one dude that every time I came home from school, he would always let me practice on his records. All right. DJ Mike L. All right. Mike L. I was friends with his brother from high school, but Mike had a DJ set up in his basement, his mom's house, and a record collection out of this world. And Mike actually saw that I really wanted to learn how to like DJ.
Get into it.
Right. Exactly. And he was like, look, come on over.
Right.
Come on over. I came with my own records, but he said, look, here, because Mike is a house DJ. And house is a big scene here in Trenton. Come on. You don't play house music at a party in Trenton, you might as well just like duck because somebody gonna try to fight you. Just be honest.
Well, hold on, not to cut you off.
No,
you Mike, are we talking about Mike Lee?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this is wow. God is good. Me and Mike was on the phone. What's the date? It's Monday. I think Sunday night. Mike could talk. Mike, if you're watching, bro, we had. You didn't tell me about this, Mike. We talked about everything, everybody, and because Mike is helping me with my July 26th event.
Right.
First of all,
yeah.
But he did not mention you to me.
Mike is one of my biggest helpers, supporters, mentors, and really is the piece that helped me fit it all together for real. Mike Lee was like, look, come over when you come home. If I'm home, come in the basement, work out. And he would let me just like work out for hours, sitting in the basement. Like I would just lose track of time down there, and he would just coach me back. Nah, do this. Listen to this. Listen to how the melody. Listen, sync this up in your head. Do the count in your head. He's like, close your eyes. He was like, look, you gotta listen. You gotta feel. He said, listen to it, feel it. You gotta feel it. Feel the speed. Feel the beat in you. Feel it through you, so that when you doing it, if you feel like you're gonna move. Right. When you move, don't be stiff. Right. You gotta feel the music.
Transition into.
You gotta feel the music. Yeah. The whole point of a party is to keep it going.
Yeah.
Him and Ren taught me the same thing. And that whole thing meshed together. And then just all of it together. So when I would go back down to school and get on the set, and Ren would hear me practice, he's like, "Oh, you've been practicing when you went home." I was like, "Yeah, I'm serious." He was like, "Okay." So it was one time we were doing it, and for those who are alum from Elizabeth City State University, we had a gym we party in, it's Williams Hall. And we call it the Sweat Box because Williams Hall Gym is where we held all our parties.
Okay.
Williams Hall Gym Jams. Williams Hall is notorious for, once it gets packed, it's hot. Okay? It's like Lawrenceville Center.
Trent State.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
State, yeah.
Once Williams Hall Gym gets packed, it's hot up in there. Okay? But you're not leaving, because that's where the party is. Once Ren and Cun and all them started getting rocking, you in there.
Right.
Like the scene from School Days, that's how we party. Okay? The scene from School Days when they was doing the butt, that's how we was getting down.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So it was, I'll never forget when Ren let me start a party. I did, and I didn't even realize he had let me start the party until I was already maybe 10 minutes in. And we had set up everything, doing the regular stuff, carried the crates in, set up the speakers, did the sound check. He was like, go ahead, play some records. Go ahead, play some records. Just go ahead. I'm going out to the truck and talk to somebody. So there's nobody in there. There's nobody in the gym. Nobody. Gym's empty. So he said, go ahead, play some records. Practice, get some practice in. All right, no problem. I'm just playing some records, just, doing nothing crazy, just playing records. I'm in my own zone, not realizing there are people coming in. Not even realizing it. Not even realizing. I'm 10 minutes in, there's a couple people in there. 20 minutes. Not even realizing I'm doing it for 20 minutes. And I'm not playing, I'm literally opening DJ playing. So I'm just playing not the bangers everybody wants to hear. I'm just playing records just a vibe. I'm look up. Yes. Okay. That's when he taps me on the shoulder. He's like, all right, you warmed him up. Go ahead. I'm look up and it's people. I'm like, oh wow, okay. And he was like, he did all right. He gave me a little nod, gave me the, so you did okay. Not amazing. I didn't do amazing. Yeah, I know I messed up some, but he was like, you did okay. You still need some practice, but you did okay. I was like, that, and that's that encouragement. Then working on the radio station, I learned some more from the radio DJs who mixed on air. And that's between that, doing parties with Ren, coming home, that helped me build up all my skills. That helped me build up all my skills. Because doing stuff on the radio, you're doing it live right there. Right there. And then this is back in the day when we didn't have a mix set up right here. I learned how to mix on air live like this. The turntable's over here, but the mixer's over here, and the switcher and the knob is over here. So I'm reaching. See, I got short arms. Okay. I'm reaching, mixing live on air with a switcher, two knobs between two channels.
Big knobs. Okay. Yeah.
Bruh, let me tell you one thing. I love technology. Okay. Everybody, some of these old head tech DJs talk about, oh, y'all lazy with the computers. You need to learn how to DJ on vinyl. I agree with that. If you're a new DJ, you do need to learn how to touch some vinyl to get started. Yes, you should learn how to DJ on vinyl to get started. But technology is a wonderful thing. Work smarter, not harder.
Not lugging and struggling.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Because I'd rather carry a hard drive.
Hold on, let's get hold on.
The size of this water bottle.
Yeah. There we go.
Okay,
I was looking.
I have a hard drive right now
about the size of
the size of these cue cards.
Yep.
I have actually, I'll tell you, I'll be lying to you. I have a hard drive at home right now, half the size of those cue cards. It's 8 terabytes. It's an 8 terabyte hard drive that's only half full right now. I got a 4 terabyte hard drive that I use. I got a 1 terabyte that's a quarter to the size of those things. That's this thin that I just mess around with.
So, to some of our viewers, you wondering what the hell we talking about?
Okay. It's a storage device. A terabyte. Well, music now is on MP3s. Like when you stream music, you're streaming music. It's an MP3. MP3.
Hold on.
Oh, sorry.
Hold on. No. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the comments. Big shout to everybody that's viewing in. Big shout to DJ Special K. I see you, bro. And DJ Wiz said, "Who you calling old?"
Me, I'm old.
Okay, all right.
I'm old.
Okay, I just had to put that out there. Okay.
I'm old.
Okay.
I'm calling if I call anybody old, I'm calling myself old first.
Okay. The reason why is, because Wiz may still mess with the big mixers. My man Barry B. I think Barry B was watching. Barry B mess with this. No disrespect. No.
Anybody.
Not at all.
If y'all have the vinyl collection, it's dudes I know to this day have a vinyl collection out of this world. Will pull them out and go ham on anybody. On anybody. Got the big Gemini Newmark mixer joints and will work out. If I get a chance to do it, I still will. Okay, because that's what I learned on. That's what I came up on. Okay, I can still get down on some vinyl now.
But life was just made a little easier.
Look,
that's all. That's it.
That's all I'm saying. Life was made just a little bit easier. Now, with that being said, it's a lot of dudes out here taking advantage of the technology, which is a whole nother discussion for a whole nother show.
Nah.
It's a whole nother discussion.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of guys out here putting DJ in front of their names and they just playing music. And they don't have the skill set.
And I'm gonna say it. Because I brought it up a few times. The cheat button.
Well, yeah, the sync button is the cheat button. The sync button is the cheat button. And I'll quote Jazzy Jeff. Jazzy Jeff said, "The people in the party don't care if you use the sync button or not. They just there to hear the music and the party to keep going."
That's it.
That's true. It's only another DJ worried about you using the sync button. And that's a true statement. And that's a true statement.
And the reason why my thing is, we both same age. We've been through the trenches. We see who do this and, make it happen. It's live. You go in there, you know what I'm saying? So when I seen DJs do that, and I said, okay, it is all good. Don't get me wrong. It's all good. I never used it, but it's all good. But don't be acting like you this and that and you done this and done that. Bro, you used the sync button the whole time. You didn't, it's like you didn't bake that cake originally.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
you didn't bake that cake originally. When I see that DJ that's really doing it, and if I say to you, I say what? Oh shit, that shit is hot. You done went to another track. I said, bring that shit back real quick. I got you to you done brought it back at ease. You feel me?
Right.
So I'm sorry.
There's nothing wrong.
I have a problem with the DJs that use a sync button. But you're right.
There's nothing wrong with a store-bought cake every now and then. But every now and then, I like a homemade.
Yeah, you buy that Patti LaBelle sweet potato pie,
Because every now and then I like to watch Patty. I'm sorry. I like to watch Patty make the cake.
Yeah. I'm fine too. Yo, because I asked a couple of DJs on the about that, and but I'm sorry. I ain't mean to. I threw shit down. I was like, hold
on. It is a touchy subject among those who come up, who taking the time to practice, who've taken the time to actually learn and
craft the skill.
Right, take the skill. And then it's a guy who shows up, turns on his sync button, and but see, if you become dependent on that, that's the crutch. And I just don't want guys who come into DJing to depend on that crutch. Yes, sometimes if you're in a situation where it's not mandatory or you use the sync button, okay, yeah, but don't use it all the time.
It's on constantly.
If it's on constantly, you're never really learning. If you get put on in a situation to where that sync button don't work or that sync function is not available, like somebody puts you in front of a vinyl situation, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Like, what are you going to do if there's no sync button? What are you going to do? What are you going to do?
Big shout out to my man DJ Easy P. He just said, "I'm still old school, no button for me. Practice every day."
Right. Practice.
Yeah. Practice every day.
Practice.
If sync is going to help you, guess what? It's and thank you to you, because you showed me some things at an event, because you're very technology savvy with everything. So instead of, I need to get out of the situation, I'll loop it. I'll loop it first. Now, since Serato stems came into play, that's a whole nother situation.
Right.
I'm like a kid in the candy store with that. so I'm not going to miss nothing. But I'm not using sync button because I need to do. This is all me. Mm-hmm. This is all me. So I'm sorry. I learned the guys I learned from, the guys I watched and learned from. Shout out to DJ Bice. My bad, DJ Bice.
The guys I learned from taught me that if you can't duplicate it live. If you can't duplicate it live, you shouldn't try to do it. That's like, if you can't do it, like you say, running back. Mm-hmm. Like you say, running back. Mm-hmm. Like I'll record something, I'll put it out. But if I can't do what I did on that recording live, this may just be me. If I can't do it in a live setting, I shouldn't have done it on the recording. Or, because there's some amazing stuff I've heard people do on a recording. Mm-hmm. I've never seen them do it live. Well, but it's some effect things that you do on a recording that you really can't duplicate live, because it's a recording, it's an effect. Yes, I get it. There's some things, yes, it's a recording effect. Don't get me wrong. But if you do a scratch sequence on a recording and you done doubled the recording down and did the scratch sequence so it sound funky on the scratch sequence on the recording. Right. But then when I see you live and you can't do that same scratch sequence, that let me know you just doubled that and you did that with the recording and the instrument and the technology you had. Right, you used the technology. Right. Okay. Cool. Okay. But don't say you did it. Right. Don't say you did it. Say you put that together with the production equipment you had. I have more respect for you. You see what I'm saying? And people do. And I have respect for people who can do that. That's talent in and of itself. Right. Because there's not a lot of people who can do that. Right. Now, don't say, yeah, I did that scratch live. No, you didn't. Because you can't do it live. Now, you do it live, I'm going to applaud you. Right. And move on and salute you.
Bring that shit back.
Bring it back. Bring it back.
Bring that shit back.
Bring it back. You know, it's stuff and I am not a scratch DJ. I know my line. I know my lane. I know my lane. Everybody who knows me knows my lane. I'm a transition guy. I love doing blends. Everybody knows I love doing blends. I call myself the blend junkie. I'm a transition dude. I love to keep a vibe moving. I like to keep a vibe moving. That's how I came up. That's how I learned. That I love to keep a vibe going. Like by the time we end the party, you just realize, dang, he just went through a whole bunch of songs, and I was just jamming in it. How did I get here? That's how did we get to this? We went through. He started out with some, and then we ended up. How did I get to how we get to the end of here? But you enjoyed the vibe the whole time.
That's one of the highlights and things that I love about you, watching you play, and when you get into it, bro, smooth. Not only are you humble, laid back, and shit, your transition is so smooth, you know. And when during COVID, during the live Facebook live sets, I watched your videos and everything. We all played together after you. It was by us. It was so you know
fun, man.
And you was focused on what you was doing, so smooth, bro.
That was fun, man. That was fun.
Big shout out to DJ Cam.
Shout out to Cam, man.
Cam put that together, man.
Yeah, he did, man. That was dope.
Yes,
that was dope. Those were, although we were stuck inside and we couldn't get anywhere,
right.
That was fun. And I thought that brought a lot of focus on DJing as an art. I think that brought a lot of focus on DJing as an art form, period. It was a lot of DJs who were not getting any recognition whatsoever. There's a lot of guys who I met, through COVID,
right?
Being online, doing Twitch, with the advent of Twitch going from being a straight gamer platform to DJ saying, well, look, let me jump on Twitch and see what's going on. Now it's dudes making thousands of dollars on Twitch every month, from COVID.
Right.
Building an audience on Twitch. DJ D-Nice. On Instagram. D-Nice was one of the only DJs that could go live for hours on Instagram from COVID.
And the first to make million.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. It was other DJs who was going live on Instagram for like an hour and then they cut them off. Facebook. When we started doing that with Cam, we were able to do a full hour. And then maybe I think the fourth or fifth one we did, they started cutting us. They started cutting us. We had to hop back on and then do it. And then, it was like a couple people got cut and then couldn't get back on, depending on what you had played or whatever.
Right.
And then depending on the algorithm, we had to try to find ways to fool the algorithm to stay on and things like that. But that taught a lot of us, one, about copyright, about how to try to fool an algorithm to stay on live, and then where else to go live. And then a lot of us jumped on Twitch. Like I jumped on Twitch, learned about how to I made a little money off Twitch too. And then, between COVID like really woke a lot of DJs up to their own abilities.
Yes, it did.
And their own opportunities. Because with that brought up the Zoom parties. And doing parties, you could be home in your own house and get booked to do an online party for people. I never knew that. Shout out to DJ Neek Nice over in Philly. Okay. DJ Neek Nice over in Philly. Young lady, she's super dope. Neek Nice is dope, period. Neek Nice hipped me to how to do online parties. I did a couple online parties just watching her. and listening to her talk about how to do them. You book a Zoom party, you're in your house. Person books you, you give them the Zoom link, you pay for your Zoom, you're paying for your Zoom, you will give them the Zoom link, they book you, you never have to leave your house. Set up your Zoom and you put a nice background up. You play, hook it into your music.
Nice sound system up there.
You got your sound running right, and you party all night. And they're rocking to you through their Bluetooth speaker, through their Zoom. They hook into your Zoom link, and you're partying all night. You're getting paid to stay home.
Stay at home. You and
during COVID.
You in your basement, garage, or whatever. I'd have done this party. You go upstairs and whew, that's a wrap.
That's it. That's
go to bed.
That's a wrap. You never leave the house. You never leave the house. She hooked me up with that. She hooked me into that. Inadvertently hooked me into that. You see what I'm saying? And that was another source of income during COVID. You see what I'm saying? It was crazy ways DJs were out here just reinventing themselves. It was DJs like the advent of the bedroom DJ. Dudes who would never get any type of notice. There are guys out here now doing gigs off of DJing literally in their bedroom. You know what I mean?
A lot of them. Who
are very talented.
Yes.
But didn't have the outlet to show their talent.
And you know what I love? You had some DJs, they brassed out old school jams, slow jams. Yep. You know, they
picked the niche. Yeah, they picked the lane and they stayed in it and they ran with it.
Right.
It's oh gosh. Oh, what's his name? DJ Cleve. DJ Cleve, I want to say he's down south. I can't think of where he is down south, but DJ Cleve, the dude and the thing that sticks out to me about DJ Cleve, his energy, one, but two, he DJs barefoot in his house.
Okay.
He DJs barefoot in his house. And the brother just has a great time.
Right. Yeah.
All he does, he has fun.
Well, you know what?
He has fun. He enjoys himself. His energy level is up here, and he's just enjoying himself. Like if COVID never happened, and you happen to see him at a party doing what he was doing on Zoom or on live,
right,
you'd be like, this dude is a clown. You'd be like, what is this clown dude doing? But because of the fact that he was online, enjoying himself and providing the entertainment and doing what people love him.
Well, I DJ'd in my drawers a few times live. I mean,
now.
Look, you couldn't see it, but I was in my drawers.
I'll say this. Yeah. I'll say this because and my family, my wife, and all that, they'll tell you I'm conceited. I think I'm pretty. My son-in-law asked me to wear a hat one day. I said, no, I can't wear a hat because I can't cover all this. I can't throw a shadow on this. Well, but I'm not DJing in my drawers.
They couldn't. No, I know what you mean. They couldn't see. I was in my drawers. I was in my drawers. They didn't know shit, you know. So,
but you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he found you know what? He did something he wanted to do. Mm-hmm. He did it his way, and his energy and his charisma is so much. People, thousands of listeners every time he comes on. Thousands of listeners when he logs on. He does this thing. He's out there and he's partying, and they love it. I ain't never seen him come on Twitch with no less than 1,000 viewers. Playing the Southern Soul, like he'll do a Southern Soul set. He'll do a old school jam set. Mm-hmm. He'll do a new school hip hop set. Old school hip hop set. But whatever it is, he's doing it his way, and they love it. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of DJs doing what they do, how they like to do it. And
there's nothing wrong with that. Big shout out to DJ Slow Ice. And Hey, DJ, so what? I think we're gonna have to do a part 2.
I keep telling people. And I'd be remiss if I don't do this. I'm gonna get in trouble. With 700 DJs all around the world.
You gonna name them all?
No, I ain't.
Oh, okay, all right.
But I got this sweatshirt on. Well, and I got this big ass logo on my shirt. Okay. I am a proud member of the Worldwide Fleet DJs Coalition. I am the New Jersey, Pennsylvania State Manager. I've been a member of Fleet DJs since 2018. We are this is like the culmination of everything I've been doing since I've been DJing. Since I joined Fleet, we are like a networking coalition. This is we're not a booking agency, but people think, oh, you join Fleet, you're gonna get booked for gigs. It's not what it is. What we tell people, we're gonna help you get to that bag because we're gonna help you market yourself. We gonna what I was just talking about with DJ Cleve and all that. This is what we do. We help you brand yourself. We help you market yourself. We help you get yourself to that area where we have people involved in all areas of entertainment.
Fleet DJ Radio.
We have 93 affiliated Fleet DJ online radio stations that are all digitally tracked. So if you are an independent artist and you want your music played on radio, we can get you not only played on radio all over the world. We're literally worldwide. We got members and stations in Japan, Africa, the Caribbean, Puerto Rico, Germany, England. We just got a couple members in France. So we're literally worldwide Fleet DJs. Okay. International Fleet DJs.
Yeah.
All right. So, and then you will get the credit for your spins. We'll show you, we have an artist division that will show you how to get everything literally put together the right way so that when you send your music out to these radio stations and these A&Rs and these program directors, that when they play your music, you get the credit for it.
Right.
And you get paid for your music getting out there. And as a DJ, if you support these artists and you help them build their money and help them build their spins and help them get their streams up, you can get a part of what they're getting. And you can get one of those plaques when they send the DJ, like DJ Kid Capri holds up a gold plaque for somebody. You can get one of those too, because you help them get to that gold plaque.
Okay.
You know, since my personal story with Fleet DJs, we do artist calls. We do artist calls just about every day of the week with independent artists, big name artists. Like we did Cardi B when she was releasing Bodak Yellow. And we have some of the most honest DJs in the world. And a lot of our DJs told her we didn't like Bodak Yellow. Told her producer, yeah, it was all right.
Right.
But you see where it went. And he came to our conference a couple years ago and said, y'all told me y'all didn't like Bodak Yellow. And he played it like 13 times in a row and said, y'all like it now, didn't you? Know, but he said, y'all were honest with me. He said, y'all were honest. So we had DaBaby when he was calling himself Baby Jesus before he cut the Jesus off. You know, we do these. We had Ice Spice before she blew up, and now she's like nowhere. But she blew up like maybe a month or two after we did her first interview with us. But it's crazy. It's not like we blew her up, but when she did her interview with us, we were like, well, maybe she'll do something. Right. And then she took off. Right. That whole summer was hers. But you see what I'm saying? And we get a lot of exclusive stuff sent to us because a lot of these artists are really now again realizing the DJ is how you get your music out. The DJ is how you get your music played in the clubs. The DJ is how you get your music played on the radio. So if you get it to the DJ, your music is going to get out there. And with 700 DJs as members of Fleet DJs, we're gonna get it out there for you. We're gonna break your record.
Feel me? That's always been like that in the way back, you know.
Yeah.
Get it to the DJ, to get this hot track out.
Yeah.
It always came down to the DJ.
Look, in Fleet DJs, and shout out to our CEO, Classic. Classic is from Newark. Fleet DJ started in New Jersey. This is the home base for Fleet DJs.
Okay.
So, you know, we take pride in being the home base for Fleet DJs. And this year we're having our 14th annual conference down in Atlanta, Georgia, from July 17th to the 21st. So yeah, I'll be heading down to Atlanta. I'm not gonna get in no trouble. Trust me. I'm just gonna be down there watching people act foolish.
Okay.
But we have producers, artists, like we're building up. We're getting everything put together now, so we can have everything in order when we get down there. It's gonna be a great time. So if you're a DJ, an artist, producer, model, blogger, and you want to get in touch with all these aspects of entertainment, if you trying to build your brand, you trying to get your foot in the door, or you got your foot in the door and you trying to get your whole neck through the door, this is where you need to be. This is the type of event you need to be at.
And repeat it.
All right. It's the Fleet DJs Music Conference, July 17th to the 21st in Atlanta, Georgia, at the DoubleTree Hotel, the DoubleTree Hotel by Hilton at the Atlanta airport. So as soon as you come off the plane, it's 10 minutes from the airport. So you don't even have to go far.
Right.
And we're going to have events. There's going to be events, parties. It's going to be mad informational panels. You get to meet a lot of the Fleet DJs are going to be there, the models, the bloggers, the producers. We have artists showing up. The artist list is building day by day. And then we have artists that surprise us and show up, that don't even announce they're showing up. And the fact that we're going to be in Atlanta, who knows who's going to show up? Last year we were in Orlando, Florida, and Trina showed up and Trick Daddy showed up just because. Mm-hmm. And then the year before that we were in Raleigh and we had a couple surprise people show up. Goody Mob showed up. Big Gip and Cujo showed up. You see what I'm saying? So you never know who's going to show up at these type of events to push new music or to just sit and chill with the DJs just to see what the vibe is. You feel me? Right. And so I had to shout out the family. Of course, I had to shout out the family just to say that Fleet DJs is the next step in my personal DJ evolution, because of the fact that they got me in touch with people I probably would have never been able to get in touch with. We did an artist call, and this was the personal thing for me. We did an artist call with Daddy-O from Stetsasonic. And so as an old school hip hop head, I'm a Stetsasonic fan, you know. Mm-hmm. Sally, you hear, I got a girl named Sally, you hear Daddy-O's voice on anything. Yeah. That's a distinctive voice. So we doing the call with Stet, and he was like, you think an artist says, follow me on Instagram, I'll follow you back. He actually followed back. So I post, anybody who follows me knows every now and then I'll go on a tear and post a whole bunch of blends just because I like posting them. See how people react to them, see what the yay or nay, or that's garbage, don't post that again, or that's hot. Well, he liked like a whole string of them and then went back and liked a whole bunch of them. And then sent me a DM, was like, look, Stet got a new song out. I'm going to send you the acapella. Throw a couple beats on it and let me hear it. Okay. I'm thinking, he'll never listen to it. On Spotify, if you go on the Stetsasonics page, it's a song called Now You Want to Show Love. I got a remix on there with Daddy-O Stetsasonic. I would have never been able to do something like that if it wasn't for me being a member of Fleet DJs. That's the opportunity. Like that one thing is something I'll always hold for myself. Right. Just because I would have never had that opportunity.
Right.
If I'd have never been on that artist call, if I'd have never been a member of Fleet.
Well, DJ Say What, man, listen, like I said, we definitely got to do a part 2, and our time is up. I love our conversation, man, because you taught me a lot I didn't know, especially about the radio, and how you got started. That was phenomenal. In the DJ career, with the radio to DJing parties and things of that nature. So we definitely just sit down, chop it up about a part 2. But as Monday, we're going to chop it up. Our viewers, I want to thank y'all for tuning in. And again, DJ Say What in the building. Fleet DJ, like he gave you information to go down to Atlanta, Georgia to check them out as well. And please hit him up on Facebook
You hit me up on my personal page, Steve Cook, STEVECOOKE, or you can hit me up on my DJ page, DJ Say What with 2 A's. And on all my social media is DJ_SAY_WHAAT. And Tut, thank you for having me. Hey, I appreciate you, brother.
I apologize because I the scroll got 1 A.
Dude, it's okay. It's okay.
Okay. All right.
It's cool, man. It's cool. I'm good. I can make the correction.
Okay, but hey, listen, man.
It's nothing but I charge you to the head, not the heart.
You're my man.
Because, like I said, when you call me to do something, if I'm available, I'm gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking forward to the house joint.
Thank you.
I'm looking forward to that. I know that's gonna be a banger.
Oh,
I'm gonna be there and enjoy myself.
Hey, thank you, bro. Always much respect and love. Very humble, good DJ, bro. And hey, my man.
Always good to see you, brother.
Appreciate you, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, I'm Tut Williams, the host of One Love Entertainment Podcast. I thank y'all for viewing in, and please view in each and every Monday. We right here doing it up with good guests like DJ Say What. So again, I want to say good night. I love y'all, appreciate y'all, and keep it positive. And I love y'all. Peace, one love. You dig?
Peace.